I have had a life of hemophilia privilege. We talk a lot about privilege in society these days. My hemophilia privilege came from the fact that we had a family history, we knew what to do. My name is Chris Ramsey. I'm 64 years old. I'm a severe factor VIII hemophiliac. I was lucky enough to be born into a family that had some who came before me, so that there was knowledge of hemophilia in the family. And so by the time I came along, the family had sorted out the path towards treatments, found the doctors that we needed, found the hospitals that we should be using. So my life was made much easier because of that. Although in the 1960s, the treatment that we had was fresh frozen plasma. It took a long time, an hour and a half, to give 3 units of fresh frozen plasma. So anybody who's out there complaining about their 5-minute dosing time, saying I don't have time, don't come talk to me about that, because I grew up having to get up at 6 in the morning to do an hour and a half of fresh frozen plasma before going off to school. We've come a long way. I've been through plasma, through cryoprecipitate, through the early concentrated factors from the late 1960s, the ones that eventually became tainted with hepatitis and HIV. My brother and my aunt were both infected with HIV. We've all been infected with hepatitis C. My brother passed away in 1986 from complications related to that HIV infection. So all things have not been rosy. My mother was trained as a nurse. I was receiving home therapy with fresh frozen plasma by that time I was probably 6 or 7 years old. So I've managed to come through life reasonably unscathed in terms of joint damage. I would say that part of the reason that I have come through life with minimal lasting damage to my body from hemophilia, from bleeds, is being compliant with my treatment. Don't skip doses. Don't say I don't have time, because you're going to pay for that when you get older. Every bleed that you don't avoid is going to cause some level of lasting damage. And so because there are so many ways to avoid that, it's incumbent upon you to take the responsibility for your own care and to make sure that you do that. Advocate for yourselves, talk to your school administrators, talk to the people in your lives, tell them what life is like for you with hemophilia. Don't be afraid to communicate with the world about the fact that you do have hemophilia or any of the other more rare bleeding disorders. Your life is in your hands. You have opportunities to do things that I never was able to do. In my day, learning to ride a bike was a dangerous thing. I don't know how to ride a bike. I was not able to participate in organized sports. I did a lot of backyard, badminton, volleyball, basketball with friends, but I was never on an organized basketball team or soccer team. Don't do more than you should. There are plenty of things that you can do if you don't want to get involved in any sort of contact sports. There's lots of stuff to do. I just recently spent a winter vacation in Quebec, outside of Quebec, at a ski resort mountain. I don't ski. I've done some cross-country skiing. Downhill is a little, a bridge too far for me. But we did do a lot of snowshoeing. And the very last day that we were up there, I did a 6-mile, 4-hour climb up an 800-meter mountain, and felt extraordinarily accomplished. Days before my 64th birthday, to be able to do something like that, and not suffer from that 4 days afterwards. I had a huge safety net with my family, and not everybody has that. That was certainly part of my privilege. But you can make your own family within this hemophilia community. There are plenty of places, plenty of resources to get help, to get information, to understand your condition better. You can find those things through national organizations like the National Hemophilia Foundation, the Hemophilia Federation of America, and of course, Hope Charities, which I got introduced to at NHF meetings just this year, and felt compelled to come to be here with them at their Hope conference this year. Hope Charities actually directs the majority of their attention directly to patients and their families. And they do that through financial support, through emotional support, through education, and they have a broad awareness, a great understanding of all of the other organizations that are involved in providing financial support and mental health counseling and other kinds of support to families and to patients. So not only can they bring some direct support to patients and families in crisis, but they can also provide guidance in finding paths out of those crisis situations.